haven't talked to you in a couple of weeks.
No. I've been inside with the quarantine and getting bored and worried that I'm almost getting used to it.
I know. I am too. I'm just like, Amy and I were just talking about that, how, it became really clear during the quarantine that it wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
It was staying home was not quite as bad as we maybe thought.
No, you don't have to deal with people except they come and bring you food and stuff. It's a racket. It's a good deal.
I know. Sorry, I just woke up from a nap. A little sleepy. Came home, I left work at noon and came home and slept for 3 hours. Yeah. I'm tired. What else is going on with you? How's the kitty cat?
Kitty cat is good.
Yeah?
She's sleeping right this minute. Oh no, she's out on the balcony. I'll see if I can lure her in. Shadow, you want to come and see me? Come on, kitty. Here, kitty. I want to introduce you to somebody. Oh.
So big.
She has gotten big. She looks almost grown.
Yeah. She's a pretty cat. Sorry, I was adjusting my air conditioner. I don't want it blowing directly on me, but we're in the vicinity of me is good.
Yes.
Good. It's 83 degrees in my apartment right now.
Yeah.
Is that air conditioner keep everything pretty cool at your place?
Let me see. Let me see what the temperature is doing. It's not cooperating.
It's 93 or 4 here.
Yeah, something like that here. It's too hot. I'm perspiring. What I've done earlier in the week is about when it gets this hot, I turn the air conditioner on and open up the whole interior of the place. And so far, it's worked to get it tolerable.
Yeah, just let it circulate. It's 96 where you are, and there's smoke warning, apparently.
Yeah, the sky is not blue. Is the sky blue where you are?
I haven't really looked outside since I got home.
Oh.
Have everything, all the blinds shut just to keep it cooler, but it's pretty yellow out there.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, let's look at the smoke air quality index. We're good. Let's take a look. Stupid ants. Let's see. Real-time air quality index map. We have. Where are we? We are in. Oops. Not two. Portland, yeah, it's not too bad. It's just kind of yellow and light orange. It's not any of the really bad places. I decided on my trip because I was going to come back.
Pardon me?
On my trip, I was going to come back up through Crater Lake, Smith Rock, and I don't think I'll be doing that because the air quality over there is bad.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay attention to what's going on with that trip.
Yes, I'm going down the coast, which is great, to Del Norte, which is on the coast, Redwoods. So it looks fine. And then I think I might just come back up the coast and go all the way north to Olympic National Forest.
Oh, that should be fun.
Yeah, it's so beautiful up there. The only time I've been up there is I went once with Meredith. And it was just like this magical giant playground of trees and boulders and
Oh, yeah, the great rainforest, yeah.
yeah. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, because that whole area is only like a 10-hour stretch.
Oh.
And I've got, so it takes like 5 or 6 hours to get to the Redwoods probably.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming back up, it's another 3 or 4 hours to the rainforest probably from Portland. So I think it'll work really well.
That's not bad.
And it's all the stuff I like. All the beaches and trees and forests and stuff.
You can't delay it at this point, can you?
No, and if I did, it would probably start raining.
You're right.
Yeah, because I'm going September 18th, which is already the third week in September.
Yeah, we forget that this is the time of year when it gets cold and wet again.
I know. Everything's on fire and then it just rains. Yeah. Two extremes. But they have a fire warning in the valley even for this week.
I'm going to go turn the kitchen radio off. It's kind of in my other ear.
Okay.
Right with it.
This is the one that I'm bringing next time I come see you. This one's for you.
Oh, that's pretty. Thank you. That's a gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Thank you.
I just made this tea light.
Mm. Who's that for?
Huh?
Who was it? Is that for someone in particular?
Nope. Nope, it's just practice. There's a bunch of stuff that went wrong with this one. Like dots are not the right size and they're kind of wonky. And so, but I'm practicing so like I can make a perfect one.
Are those metallic paints?
Some of them are, yeah. The gold and the purple are metallic.
Mm-hmm.
But the kind of beigey color isn't. Yeah, that's the only one that isn't actually. But see the little peaks in the beige paint?
Yeah.
I just found out that if you add pouring medium to your paint, it flattens those out.
Oh.
And makes these perfect round, non-pointy dots.
Ah.
So like, I'll show you this one. This is my next one I'm working on, but you can see how smooth the dots are.
Yes.
As opposed to the other one.
So you make them a little bit more liquid and they flatten out?
Yeah, and there's something about the pouring medium that just sort of kind of relaxes the paint. So it's not quite so stiff. And you don't get those peaks like you do with like frosting and stuff. You just have these beautiful, nice, flat, round, slightly raised.
How are you applying them? Are you doing it with the brush or?
No, I bought a set of tools because I was using just like nail art. was using these little dotting tools.
Uh-huh.
They come in various sizes. These are really big.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen them.
Yeah, they're for nail art, for fingernails.
Oh.
But then I got these tools, which are much, much better. They've got a flat end
Uh-huh.
on them, and they come in various sizes.
So do you just like dip and dot then? Yeah.
Yep, and you can see the various sizes.
Yeah. Are you gonna do more color with that one, or is that it?
Yeah, so I'm gonna finish out, I'm gonna do a whole base of a white dotted pattern, and then I'm gonna put color on top of the white.
Good.
Yeah, should be really pretty. But my goal is, what I'm practicing is getting all of the dots to be exactly perfectly positioned and perfectly round.
Yeah.
We will see. This one's all kinds of funky in lots of places, but it's still pretty.
Oh yeah. It's so rich and complex. You don't look for irregularities in it.
Yeah, it very much draws the eye away from you do not see, you do not see.
Right.
There's also a way to thicken the paint. You use a gel thickener and the pouring medium, so it makes the paint hold its shape better, but the peaks still seep in, so it makes it rounded. So you can do really puffy, textured dots on top. So you can have like a sea urchin, you know? You can have like the raised dots. Yeah. This is pretty fun. When I'm stuck in my house and I don't want to leave, then this is a great thing to do. And then with these, you put a tea light in there.
Oh.
Like a little candle.
I admire your patience. I have trouble with, well, you know, this precise geometrical things.
Hey, yeah, this hyper focus thing is just. Did you see the video that I posted on my Facebook? The guy talking about hobbies?
Oh yeah.
That's me.
That's a good one.
Hyperfixation and ADD. The combination is not, I mean, it means I do a ton of stuff, but not for very long at a time. I switch back and forth a lot.
It's time for me to turn the air conditioner on. I will be back shortly. It won't
Okay. Yeah,
So,
it's really pretty hot.
sorry to interrupt.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right then.
you just stay cool. It gets bad. Yeah, temperature's rising in my house right now. 85 in here right now.
I don't want. Well, let's see. I'm near the thermometer. Let me see what it looks like outside. Yeah, it's about 90 outside and doesn't seem to be much cooler in here.
Yeah, it's okay as long as I don't move around too much. But I've been sleeping a lot. That medication they gave me yesterday makes me really tired.
Oh,
some kind of anti-spasmodic they gave me, which I would imagine is something like a muscle relaxer.
Like a Valium or something?
No, it's good. It's called doxycyclamine.
Don't know that one.
Yeah, but it's supposed to ease the cramping in your intestinal tract. And it's working, which is wonderful. But it's also making me really tired.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 2 of my tests back. One was negative for one kind of infection. And the other one was positive for the presence of white blood cells.
So there's some infection going on.
Yeah, but we don't know what kind. And if it's not a bacterial infection, then it's probably something like ulcerative colitis or something.
Oh.
Yeah, intestines are dumb.
If it wasn't for bad luck, you wouldn't have any luck at all. This is dreadful. You're barely recovering from the cardiac thing, and this crap comes along.
I know, but you know what? The way I look at it, I abused my body for so long that at 57, I'm lucky to be as hale and healthy as I am, honestly.
Oh.
So, yeah, things could be much, much worse.
The universe needs some payback, huh?
Yep, some kind of payment is due. But that's okay. It's nothing that is gonna take me out completely, but oh man, I'm tired. Amy left on her retreat today, so she'll be out from work for 2 weeks. And Jim is coming. My boss is coming to work, not next week, but the week after. So that'll be cool. That'll be the first time he's seen the office all set up.
Wow.
So that'll be neat. He'll be able to see all the hard work that Amy and everybody did, getting all the furniture.
Oh.
It looks really nice.
How many people work in your office?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on any given day. 8, and then we have 4 remote salespeople, and then Jim, my boss, is in Florida, and a couple of 9 with Eric, and 10 at the main office.
That's a lot to juggle.
Yeah, so 10 people are consistently at the office here in Corvallis, and then we've got 5, 6 or 7 other peripheral people who aren't in Oregon. But yeah, that's kind of why I go to work at 6 a.m. because we have people on the East Coast.
Ah.
Yeah, bad, and I just like going to work early so I can get off early. Leaving work at 3 o'clock in the afternoon is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like I've got most of my day left. So we were talking about what are the names of those 2 places that you liked? Where did we go? Which ones did we look at?
Pardon me?
What are the names of those 2 like not assisted living, but those 2 places that we went to visit that you liked?
Oh, yeah.
Madrona Hills?
Yeah, Madrona Hills was very nice.
Yeah. What was the other one?
Oh, gee. I wrote it down somewhere.
Somewhere. Somewhere safe.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, because what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd call and just make an appointment with their financial person at each place.
Yeah.
And then we can talk to them about income and waiting lists and all of that stuff and get a definitive plan going. See what we can do.
Oh,
And I think face-to-face meeting and talking with someone will be the best.
Hidden Lake was another one that I was thinking about.
Hidden Lake? Excellent. Two's good to start with.
Yeah, they cover a wide range. They start at 21.89 a month, but then go up to just under 4,000. So
Oh, so yeah, okay. And is it what kind of? It's just independent living, or is it
uh,
no? Do they have like housekeeping and like a dining area that where they prepare meals and stuff? Do you know anything about that?
I'm not sure. Most of these places cover a range. You know, you can start out fairly functional, but if you need more assistance, you go into a different category.
Yeah, that's the kind of place my parents are in. They're in independent living to hospice. I mean, the whole, they made sure that they would be covered and that we would not have to be responsible, which is nice.
Uh,
But I think they just didn't want to come live with their hippie daughter. Yeah, not the style of living to which they are accustomed, probably, which is hilarious to me. I think they have this vision of me living some kind of weird, wild lifestyle, which is hilarious because, like, it's so not.
well,
Yeah.
when they come in to visit, make sure you have a tent set up in the woods that you can take them to.
Yeah. Yeah. And hang like sigils in the trees and animal bones and
Oh yeah, yeah. That should that should get rid of them pretty quickly. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, they'll love that. They would believe it, which is what is hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You know, it's funny because we all have our perceptions of who people are, right? Especially family.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time we hang on to those perceptions far beyond the reality of the person themselves, right?
That's the truth.
Yeah. So I think they're not quite caught up on my present reality. Mostly
Yeah.
they are. It's way better than it used to be. But for years, like a decade or two after I stopped being such a fuck up, they still thought of me that way
Oh,
for a really long time and talked to me as if
I
I were.
figured out in high school that if I wanted to change, there was no point waiting for permission. I should go ahead and let everyone else get used to it.
Everybody else, let them catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was really hard though because they kept speaking to me as if I was still that person that I was not anymore.
Oh.
And so it was really difficult for a long time. And I just told them over and over and over, I am not that person anymore. Stop talking to me like that. Blah, 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 blah. And then finally, it took 15 years or so
Yeah.
until they finally stopped doing that.
Oh, you wore them down, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's really interesting though. I mean, it was interesting to me from like a psychological, analytical viewpoint, how we cling to our own vision of who someone is. And
It
it's
makes
so,
it hard. It makes it hard to grow up.
it does. Yeah, it really does. And I need to be careful that I don't do that.
Oh.
I think I'm less guilty of that. Mostly because I mean it's one of the advantages of being me is that I'm just mostly right here, right now.
Uh-huh.
Everything that happened back then is just this vague cloud of stuff. And what's going to happen doesn't even exist for me yet. So I don't even worry about that. And so it's like, who you are in the moment is who I see. So it's easier for me, I think. But I'm very happy. I'm very happy not being ashamed about the past or worried about the future. This makes me very happy, and I'm very grateful. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I got Mary Ellen mad at me.
Oh, you did?
Well,
Again?
you know, she can talk for hours about her life, but I I tried talking for 10 minutes about mine, and she flipped her lid.
Yeah, no. This is not the purpose of this conversation. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know people like that. And it's just, it's exhausting.
I made the mistake of talking about uh, the work that I did with that investigation unit. You know, looking into the fraud that the gypsies were perpetrating.
Yeah.
So she decides that I'm the worst racist, you know, and all their all all these agencies are just designed to persecute, blah blah blah.
Oh.
I couldn't take it. I just finally got rude and hung up on her. I shouldn't do that, I know, but
Yeah, but you have to. This is setting good boundaries, though, because you're not a punching bag.
oh yeah,
You don't need to be her punching bag or just a receptacle for her verbal stuff, right? I mean, you are half of this equation and a valid half that has input.
yeah. She has plenty of paranoid objects without my help.
Yeah. Yeah. How's the other one doing?
Not well either. She's in her situation, you know, with the roommate that she absolutely hates for the last 20 years.
Right.
And the landlord is doing some routine stuff, you know, putting in new windows, and they put new pavers out front and everything. And she's the kind of person that gets distressed when there's changes in their environment. So she is just distressed and can't put a finger on it. Everything makes her nervous.
Oh, upheaval is hard. Sometimes, it's funny because it just seems to me that for some people, just living in this world is hard.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can't judge that. I mean, I can say, well, don't be so stressed out, but it's I don't know what it would be like to feel like that.
I presented probably a half dozen tactics that worked for me, and she's of course rejected them all. You know, there's nothing that can be done. So.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's that symbiotic thing, right? She's getting something from it, from being upset.
Oh yeah. Well, I I told her that she grew up in an abusive household, and she's replicating that experience with anyone that she can recruit for it,
Because that's what she's comfortable with. Yeah.
including her housemate. She totally rejected that interpretation of what's going on.
No.
Couldn't-
No.
Okay.
Well, and that combination of not acknowledging really what's going on and getting something from that, it's that adrenaline kind of sick feeding off of the stress and the angst, and then fixing things like that is freaking hard. It gets hard work.
Yeah, there's no good adrenaline substitute that you can give them for the
Right.
or the rush that comes with feeling superior to everybody.
Yes, and I was talking about this in terms of like addiction to someone else recently, and just the reason most people relapse
Yeah.
is not because it's just, the urge is so strong, which for some people it is. I was lucky it wasn't for me when I quit. But what happens is you're sitting in the middle of this shitty life that you've created.
Yeah.
All of these things that need to be fixed and done, and the one coping mechanism that you had is gone.
And your friends are no help at all.
No. There's a lot of support to be had in like the AA community or recovery communities and stuff, but in the end, you are sitting by yourself in the middle of some shitty stuff that you have to fix, and you don't know how, and you can't drink. It's terrible.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. So, why a lot of people relapse, because it just seems like too much. I, of course, never went out of my way to fix my life. I just stopped drinking and then let the rest of it take care of itself. I quit drinking, I went to work, and it all eventually worked out.
Oh.
Yeah, because bills get paid, things, settle out. You eventually you clean up your credit, eventually you do this and this, and all of a sudden, 10 years later, you're sitting in a perfectly good life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of aggressively pursuing fixing myself or anything about my life. That's not how it works for me.
What the hell?
Yeah, I just kind of sort of let it happen.
At this point, the world better get used to you, because you're not changing.
Yeah, and if I do the things that I'm supposed to be doing, everything gets better. Just by default. Okay? If I pay my bills and go to work and do the things that I'm supposed to be doing and take care of stuff, then everything just keeps getting better. How it works.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I can finally eat since I got this medicine, so I'm gonna go fix myself some dinner. You're about a half hour into it, and I am really hungry. So I'm gonna call these two places and set up some appointments. And
Thank
then,
you.
yeah, and then we'll go have a free lunch. And
Great.
We'll go check them out and see what they say and try and get you set up for, at least get you on a waiting list or something.
Very good. I'll try to put my hand on that bundled of paperwork that I had last time with my recent income statements on it.
Yeah, and start writing down questions you might have. One of the main questions is going to be about marijuana use.
Yes.
But there's other questions I'm sure that are going to come up, so write them down as you think of them.
Yeah.
And then we'll go in armed with that and try and get this sorted out finally.
With that Methodist place on Center here, they are right across the street from Tokyo Starfish. So if I wanted to transgress, I wouldn't have to go far.
That sounds convenient.
They probably object to smoking, but there's a wide line of edibles out that can serve the same function.
Right. You got to watch yourself with those edibles, though, man.
Oh, yeah. I told you about my bad day with those, didn't I?
Uh-huh. Driving?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been more prudent since then.
Oh, good. Okay, that's good to hear. Yeah.
No more
Right.
50,
Huh?
no more 50 milligram gummies.
Crazy, man. We're crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I will talk to you soon, and I will let you know when I make these appointments.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
You're a blessing. Bye for now.
Bye.